last night. What was that? Oh my God. I killed Eric. So you don't remember anything from last night? The last thing I remember is that you shot Eric, and then I just woke up totally naked. Karen? What if you had sex with a wolf? Karen! So what you're telling me is that there's another full moon tonight? Yes. Do I have things? Jesus. What? You need to floss more. This is bullshit. You really want to go? We don't have any other option. Transfusion. You need to clean your blood. This is dumb, because we're not gonna fight. Oh, during the werewolf virus.
I must look pretty terrible.
Yeah. No.
What are you guys doing out here?
Well, that's kind of a long story, too.
Can't be any stranger than mine.
Oh my God! Yeah, it's quite a doozy.
You guys are so silly.
Boom, there you go. That was a trailer for Shaky Shivers, arriving for one night only with Fathom Events on September 21st. Go cop them tickets. It's your boy Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World. And as you see on the screen, I'm so excited to have the director, Sung Kang. Thank you so much for your time today, sir. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Definitely. So, man, your first time directing, we love you from your acting. You've been producing projects, but now you're behind the camera to direct a young cast. And when I wanted to find out from you is, switching from acting to directing, what kind of notes did you give this young cast that I enjoyed watching? They really gelled. And I'm curious, what was that like working with them to, bring Shaky Shivers to life?
I was taught early on my career that, casting will make or break your film, and because I knew that we were going into this film with limited resources, I had to really lean on, the actors, right? And, I didn't have to say much, in my past experience, the directors that I really revered and looked up to really trusted us as actors, and they let us take ownership of the character, and they would tell me, it's like, my job is just to hire people that are, better at certain departments than me, right? So, these directors would tell me, like, I'm not an actor, I don't know how to do that, so that's your job, like, take it over. And then their job becomes much easier. They just call action and they just let you do your thing. And, for the most part, like, Brooke and VyVy, like, they took ownership of, the characters, and it made my job super easy, because there's so many things as a director you have to worry about on a daily basis. And so not having to direct the actors, right? Just letting them do their thing. And also, I think the only thing that I would have to say, like, hey, kind of pull back is that there's a certain amount of real estate in a film, right? So you have 90 minutes or 120 minutes in the film most of the time. And, they're so great at improving. The improvs would go on for 5 minutes, 6 minutes. And I go, okay, we can't make a movie just about this scene. It's funny, but let's condense it, right? So I didn't have to do much. They were just so great, and they, you can tell they really made the movie. I mean, we had limited resources, so I had to really lean on them to bring those words to life and bring life to the scene. So without them, I know that Shaky Shivers wouldn't be what it is today.
Gotcha. Well, they did an outstanding job, and for you as a director to allow them to explore putting my actor hat on when I'm an actor, that's amazing. And I'm sure you appreciate it as well as an actor. It helps with the performance, and you have a lot more fun with it. I was reading your statement. You're a horror fan. You're a film fan. And your friend wrote this. Talk to me about coming on this project and having fun doing some horror for a change, maybe, right? And exploring and giving like this 80s vibe to life. And I love that this cast. I really was in touch with this because to me, I felt like I was one of those characters in the 80s. And we didn't see 80s films that featured like us. So I connected with like this vibe and those particular actors doing this. What was that for you, Sung?
I think maybe I have to like be completely transparent. It's like, I wouldn't say like I'm, like the quintessential, like passionate horror fan. What I'm a fan of is the practical effects of that era from the 70s and 80s and early 90s, like when I refer to movies like American Werewolf in London and Nightmare on Elm Street and Evil Dead, even Gremlins, it's like, there was almost no like, CG, probably none at that time, right? Because they didn't exist. And, that to me is an art form within itself. Like when you get to work with like people like Gabe Bartalos, who is a disciple of Rick Baker, and when you sit down with them and you start talking about monsters and creatures, he approaches it like a sculptor, you know what I mean? And so that is what I'm a fan of, that passion and that artistry that goes behind it. And my partner in crime, Aaron Strongoni, who wrote this script with his buddy Andy McAllister, they did a short documentary on Gabe Bartalos and his work and his origin and his legacy. And this film, was birthed because they wanted to pay homage to someone like him, right? And fortunately, we had Gabe help us on our movie. He basically worked on our movie for nothing. And, without him, none of the practical effects would have been able to, to exist. And we probably would have had to lean on like, CG or, computer effects. But then the movie wouldn't have the same feel. There needed to be like the sincerity behind it. And we couldn't afford like expensive post-production. So it would have been really hokey. It would have been like, you would have watched it go, this is just bad CG, right? And, when you're dealing with all of these like budgetary limitations, I think you have to lean on not only the performances, but sincerity, like, the honesty, right? So look, you watch the movie, you can tell like we didn't have much. I mean, if you think about it, we don't even have ice cream in the ice cream shop. There's no ice cream. It's just a bunch of blenders because we couldn't afford it, right? But there's sincerity behind the performances and the characters, right? So it was a blessing. I mean, it was such an honor to be able to work and be mentored by someone like Gabe Bartalos and to celebrate this era of the 80s, and early 90s. And I think, as movies go on, less and less practical effects will be used. It's just, I think it's just a matter of, economy, right? And just kind of the nature of how the world is progressing. So it was an honor to be able to celebrate someone like him and that art form.
I absolutely adore that. As a film fan, creative, love practical effects. Now I'm going to look up Gabe Bartalos and just see all the projects he's done. Thank you again, Sung, man. Truly a pleasure to talk to you. Everybody, check out my man, director Sung Kang, and his project, Shaky Shivers, his first directorial debut with Fathom Events, September 21st, one night only. Let's give it all the monies so we can get a digital release and we can keep on watching and having fun with Shaky Shivers. Sung Kang, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you
Everybody,
so much.
Sung Kang, your boy Kuya P.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. Okay, hold it steady, Karen. Sorry. Okay, just breathe, okay? Breathe, okay. Do you see anything? No? Really? Okay, what about now? I don't know. What? Okay, well, get closer, Karen. Come on, get in there. Deeper, come on. Okay, what about my teeth? Do I have fangs? Jesus. What? You need to floss more. you kidding me right now? No, you should floss more. You look normal.
I do?
Yeah.
Full moon. Okay, what? I'm not a werewolf.
You're not a werewolf.
I'm not a werewolf.
You're not a werewolf.
I'm not a werewolf. I'm not a werewolf.
You're not a werewolf.
You would have been like, oh my God. I'm not a werewolf.
She's not a werewolf.
I'm not a werewolf.
She's not a werewolf.
I'm not a werewolf.
You're kind of crushing me.
Oh my God, that was really dumb. That was so dumb.
So dumb.
Yeah.
What was that?
Capability if you want to do it too.
Got it. Okay, I'm recording. All right, Sung, let's have some fun.
All right.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna do a quick 1, 2, 3 to help me with my edit. All right, in a 1, 2, 3.